In this podcast episode, George Janko sits down with Robert Kennedy Jr., who is running for president in the upcoming elections. Kennedy shares that he started thinking about running during the COVID-19 pandemic when he saw censorship happening and both political parties supporting war. He mentions that he has considered running for political office in the past, but faced personal crises that prevented him from doing so. Kennedy talks about the challenges of running for president, including the difficulty of getting on the ballot in all 50 states and the negative research conducted by opponents to discredit him. Despite these challenges, he is determined to bring Americans together and address the division in the country. Kennedy draws inspiration from historical figures who faced adversity and criticism, such as Winston Churchill, and believes that sometimes the right decision can cause pain to loved ones. He emphasizes the importance of following one's duty, even if it means making difficult choices. The conversation shifts to Kennedy's family, particularly his father and uncle, who were prominent political figures. Kennedy acknowledges that not everyone in his family may support his presidential campaign, but he believes that his father and uncle would vote for him. He shares that his upbringing involved engaging in debates at the kitchen table, where his father would encourage his children to argue different points of view. This upbringing instilled in him the value of debating ideas and being open to different perspectives. Kennedy emphasizes the importance of respectful debate and the ability to disagree with others without harboring hatred towards them. He shares how his upbringing prepared him for engaging in discussions with his siblings, despite their differing political views. He acknowledges that while he may not always agree with his siblings, he maintains a strong bond with them and appreciates their support. Kennedy expresses his views on President Biden, noting that while he has a cordial relationship with him, he disagrees with Biden's approach to war. He criticizes Biden for being the most pro-war Democrat and believes that his policies are influenced by military interests rather than the well-being of the American public. Kennedy highlights the need for transparency in government spending and proposes putting the entire budget on the blockchain to allow every American to track how their tax dollars are being used. The conversation shifts to the topic of fear-mongering and its role in shaping public opinion and compliance. Kennedy criticizes the use of fear by the government and media to control the population, citing historical examples where fear was used to manipulate people. He urges Americans to resist succumbing to fear and emphasizes the importance of upholding the Bill of Rights and constitutional guarantees. Kennedy also addresses the issue of election integrity and the possibility of election rigging. He points out past instances where elections were believed to have been stolen and calls for a reevaluation of the voting system to ensure transparency and accountability. He advocates for a voting system that combines paper ballots with secure electronic machines to eliminate doubts about election results. The discussion delves into gun rights, which is a sensitive topic for Kennedy, as both his uncle and father were killed by guns. He acknowledges the complex relationship that many Americans have with guns, particularly in rural communities where gun ownership is deeply ingrained in the culture. He recognizes the importance of understanding and respecting differing perspectives on gun rights, while also advocating for sensible gun control measures to prevent further tragedies. Kennedy expresses support for the Second Amendment and emphasizes the importance of respecting individuals' rights while also addressing the issue of gun violence. He calls for a deeper examination of the factors contributing to mass shootings, such as the use of SSRI medications and the influence of social media and video games. He advocates for lifting restrictions on studying the ideology of gun violence to better understand and address the root causes of these tragic events. As someone who has been in recovery for 40 years, Kennedy highlights the need for comprehensive drug addiction treatment and rehabilitation programs. He proposes using revenue from the legalization of marijuana to fund free treatment facilities for individuals struggling with addiction. He emphasizes the importance of addressing the underlying issues that contribute to drug addiction, such as social isolation and lack of skills training. He envisions creating wellness farms where individuals can learn trades, engage in community activities, and receive holistic care to overcome addiction. Kennedy is passionate about regenerative agriculture and the role of food as medicine. He highlights the prevalence of chronic diseases in the United States and attributes them to factors such as high fructose corn syrup, pesticides, and other environmental toxins. He advocates for incentivizing farmers to adopt regenerative agriculture practices to improve soil health, reduce carbon emissions, and produce healthier foods. He emphasizes the need to address the root causes of chronic diseases through dietary changes and environmental stewardship. Kennedy believes in the power of community and connection to promote healing and well-being. He emphasizes the importance of human interaction and communication, particularly in the age of technology and social media. He envisions creating spaces where individuals can engage in meaningful conversations, learn new skills, and build relationships. He advocates for a shift away from fear and dishonesty in government and towards a more united and compassionate society where individuals see each other as family members and fellow Americans.